The following is an Outdoor Channel original production.
NASCAR Sprint Cup driver Paul Menard races from the roar of the track into the remoteness of a rugged wilderness for a spot and stalk hunt after trophy elk.
You always have that pressure on you, always trying to figure out how to go faster, how to do something better. Where hunting, it's kind of the same thing, but you just get to relax a little bit, you get to enjoy it.
Now on Realtree's NASCAR Outdoors.
Outside the 47, in one groove higher than you through the corner.
Realtree's NASCAR Outdoors, presented by Chevy Silverado, the official truck of the outdoors.
Hello everybody, I'm Bill Jordan. For the ones who know me, you know that I live for the outdoors. But what you may not know, that I'm a big follower of the sport of NASCAR. The fans, the pits, the cars. It's intense, lightning fast paced in every sense of the word. Here on Realtree's NASCAR Outdoors, I have the chance to take these drivers and personalities out here in my world. And let me tell you, you'll see a whole different side from the one at the track. This week, NASCAR Cup driver Paul Menard has joined RCR team owner Richard Childress and his grandsons for a bull elk hunt at Wagonhound Ranch. Located in western Wyoming, in the heart of the Laramie Mountain Range, Wagonhound Ranch spans more than 200,000 acres and specializes in some of the nation's top American quarter horses, red Angus cattle, farming, and trophy outfitting. For those fortunate enough to find passion in hunting, you know that escape to the wilderness can be the best remedy for the daily pressures of life, even for a prominent NASCAR driver.
I think that's why I like hunting so much is because you're, in the race car or just day to day in NASCAR, it's a pressure cooker. You're always doing something that there's things on the line, right? So you always have that pressure on you, always trying to figure out how to go faster, how to do something better. Where hunting, it's kind of the same thing, but you just get to relax a little bit. You get to enjoy it. It's quiet. It's you and just a couple people that just go out and walk the land and enjoy nature and enjoy its animals.
After several days of hard hunting, Paul has the opportunity to take his first bull elk here at Wagonhound Ranch last season.
Got him. Yeah, look at him. That is a heck of a bull right there.
He's nice.
But this unique western landscape has many great qualities that made a return trip so appealing.
It's a beautiful place for one. I mean, they have 200,000 acres, something like that, to go play around in. And my guide Clint, he knows the area like the back of his hands. He's been working on the land since high school, I believe, building fences and guiding people. So definitely have a good guide in Clint. Always a rugged. There's rocks, there's mountains, there's prairie, there's pasture. So you get a little mix of everything. The weather was really nice too. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold, and had a little bit of snow too to spice things up. Back at South Park, aren't we?
Yeah, back at South Park. And the plan is probably slip over the edge here, do some glassing for a little while first thing.
Said you saw a nice bull the other day out here.
I saw a lot of bulls in there, maybe one potential shooter.
All right.
We'll go find out. It was kind of dark last time I seen him, so maybe in the light this morning we can get a better look at him and see what exactly is there.
Ooh. Nice brisk morning for a walk.
Mm-hmm. And we'll go take a look and see what we can find. This year's a lot cooler out, more snow, way more grass, more feed for the elk. It's actually, conditions probably couldn't be better. It is wonderful compared to last year. No drought. A lot of elk around, a lot more numbers than we seen last year. It's considerably better. It's a good time to hunt.
We went to his place called South Park. It's where we started off our hunt last year also. This year we saw 6-8 bulls right away within the first hour and a half. We're sitting up on a rock, kind of overlooking a little valley, and they're 300 yards away. That's not a bad looking bull. I wonder if he's seen us. I can't tell with this. He's pretty decent looking. 450 yards. One of them may have been a shooter, but it was, you know, we're an hour into the first day of a hunt, so we kind of passed up on them, waiting for their big brother to come out. Never did, so we left there, and Clint had another place picked out.
Yeah, we'll go hike around a little bit, warm up, we'll go try to find some bigger ones. Hopefully it'll just keep getting better.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but we'll find bigger.
Oh yeah.
The hunt is on for a big Wyoming bull. But with little time between races, we'll find out if Paul can come away with another great Wagonhound trophy.
Hey, I'm Paul Menard, and you're watching Realtree's NASCAR Outdoors on Outdoor Channel, America's leader in outdoor TV.
Realtree's NASCAR Outdoors is brought to you by the all-new Chevy Silverado, 2014 North American Truck of the Year. Primo's Hunting, speak the language. New Holland, the official tractor of Team Realtree. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. Carhartt, trusted from work to woods. Wiley X Eyewear, absolute premium protection in the field. And by Bill Jordan's Realtree, family, friends, and the outdoors.
Coming off his best season ever in 2013 point standings, Paul Menard is racing in his 8th full-time season in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Piloting the number 27 Menard Chevrolet SS for Richard Chillis Racing, he shares another great passion with Richard and his family.
Yeah, I mean, Richard, Austin, and Ty are, you know, they all grew up hunting. You know, Richard's, he's hunted all across the world, hunted everything. And he's passing that tradition on to his grandkids, Austin and Ty. So they've grown up hunting. They know what they're doing. They're a good family, good people, fun to hang out with, and definitely fun to hunt with.
The group has made the second trip together hunting trophy elk at Wagonhound Ranch in Wyoming.
Keep appearing, they're scattered.
Paul and his guide have seen several bulls on the first morning out, but a rugged western elk hunt on a large stretch of land often requires a hard hike to find a wise old bull. Them suckers are smart.
I know Paul, he can hike really well, so we get out there and beat the hills pretty good, you know, and just go look as hard as we can and just hoping to kill the biggest bull we can or something decent.
First day was kind of getting our bearings back. Some areas that I was familiar with, some areas I wasn't familiar with from the year before. Did a lot of glassing, just, you know, walking, still hunting. And we saw a bunch early, and then it really kind of died off mid-morning, and we didn't really see much for the rest of the day until later on that night. We went back to a different spot. We had a good view of about 4 bulls across the valley. Just kind of see what they're going to play out, how it's all going to shake out. We had a little storm coming in, a snowstorm coming in, so made things pretty interesting. And we knew those guys were over there. It was getting dark. The storm was coming in. We figured that they'd just stay there overnight. Maybe come check on them in the morning.
It's nightfall blankets the first day's hunt. A brisk Wyoming wind brings in a whole new set of challenges.
This morning was pretty brutal. It was a little bit warmer. I mean, 40, 45 for a high today, but really windy. I mean, just gusting everywhere. So we weren't really sure what they're going to do, if we're going to spook them, or if they're going to just get scared because they don't know what's going on, so they bed down.
What do you think? I don't know, I can't say enough of them. There's a few up there. One that I can see, but I can't tell anything about it.
The weather with the wind, it just kicked up late last night, and it blowing hard like it does in Wyoming, but we're kind of used to dealing with it, and it tends to timber the elk up faster, and they don't want to be out in it, and it makes them nervous and skittish because they can't hear and smell as well. So we wanted to get a pretty early start on them and get out there before everything timbered up so we could see what was out there to try to put a stalk on something.
As we're walking up the mountain, we saw a couple different groups of them, 3 here, 4 there, and Clint, would go ahead a little bit, maybe peek over a rock while we kind of waited, and then maybe go up and take a peek at them. Finally got one that was out pretty much in the open, a shooter and a real nice bull.
He was just feeding along, just kind of not broadside, but kind of feeding away from us just a little bit, but wasn't moving very far. We first set up, there was some tree branches off a burnt tree right in the way, and it wasn't working, and any way we moved, we could not get around them, and we finally crawled, and we rolling around there in the rocks, and we finally got in there where we could get a shot and got set up. It took some time. We had the bipods down and sticking some stuff under the gun to make it work, and we finally got settled down to make it work right, and we could get a clean shot from underneath the branches.
So got all set up. It was kind of a off-kilter shot. I want to say 230 yards.
Finally, he made his move. The gun was set. We were set, ready to go. Had to wait for him to pop out between some branches. There's a tree branch in the way, maybe 50 yards out, that I had to wait for him to move around. Finally had the shot, took it. Rack another one.
And maybe 6 inches high, really close, and racked a bullet. And I missed him. Going to rack a third one, and my gun jammed.
Thing jammed.
Jammed?
Yes.
So by the time I fed another one in there, it's too late.
A missed opportunity in mature Wyoming bull puts Paul and his guide back at square one. The tension mounts on their last day of field.
After being the last one to shoot the bull, there was definitely pressure to get the fourth one.
Next on Realtree's NASCAR Outdoors. Here at Wagonhound Ranch in Wyoming, RCR team owner Richard Childress and his grandsons Ty and Austin, a hunting bull elk with Sprint Cup teammate Paul Menard. It didn't take Austin long to get on a shooter.
Which one is here?
Hang on. Bottom right bull.
All right.
Hold right on him right there.
All right.
250 yards.
Wait till he gets a little slower.
You want him walking?
Yep.
Which turned out to be the biggest bull of his life. Soon after, Austin's brother Ty was able to take a very nice bull of his own.
Got him there?
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, just squeeze. Drilled him. That boy.
That was easy.
Good shooting, man.
Damn, I surprised myself with the trigger.
And now that Richard has filled his tag,
Nice bull.
the pressure is on for Paul and his guide as they embark on the last day of the hunt.
Yesterday morning, Richard shot his bull, so we had 3 of the 4 tags filled with Austin, Ty, and Richard. So after being the last one to shoot the bull, there was definitely pressure to get the fourth one. But we had a lot of guides kind of looking around. One of them had spotted this bull, so talked to them, kind of figured out where he might be, and so we took another long hike up this top of this mountain, and that was a big hike. That was about a 5-mile hike. I had a little GPS deal, about 700 feet of elevation. So that was a good way to start the morning. Spotted a few from maybe a mile away up on a rock, and we decided to go after them and see where they brought us. We couldn't get a good read on the antlers to see if they're shooters or not, but nice brisk morning. Figured we'd go for a hike. Wound up about 3 miles over there and finally got to them.
there's one still walking left right there. And then I could see one through them Quaker trees, so they're still, they're right on the other side of them trees.
Is that open on the other side of the trees?
Yeah, kinda. It's
Sparse.
sparse, yeah. I don't know where. If we could get to a spot where we could see, we could wait them out. But
Do you think they're going on the other side of these trees? And like if we got in the
they'll probably just go in there and bed down somewhere.
Saw them in the trees. We didn't really have any shots on them, but saw them in the trees. And another, you know, Clint doesn't make it easy. Another couple-mile hike up the mountain.
With the wind blowing like it is, the elk were moving fast. And they were feeding along, but moving, try to get to their bedding ground. Probably, you know, faster than we could cover ground without them seeing us and walking over the steep ridges. So they kind of eluded us on the first stalk and headed up into a pretty steep draw, and we lost sight of them then.
An obstructed view puts Paul and his guide at a big disadvantage. With time running out on the last day of the hunt, will the long hike into the hills of Wyoming be too little too late?
It's intense. I mean, one wrong wind gust, or they look up, or they hear you, and they'll blow out of there, and they're gone.
Coming up on Realtree's NASCAR Outdoors.
Realtree's NASCAR Outdoors is brought to you by the all-new Chevy Silverado, 2014 North American Truck of the Year. Primo's Hunting, speak the language. New Holland, the official tractor of Team Realtree. Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. Carhartt, trusted from work to woods. Wiley X Eyewear, absolute premium protection in the field. And by Bill Jordan's Realtree, family, friends, and the outdoors.
NASCAR Sprint Cup driver Paul Menard is hunting bull elk in Wyoming. Now on the last day, Paul and his guide have just lost sight of a shooter. With plenty of ground to cover, it's a race against time to make something happen.
So after they went out of sight, I got a new game plan to come around them at a different angle. We crossed the canyon and went over and tried to get in front of them.
Got to the big rock piles, and we just kept kind of peeking over rocks to find them.
I think the bulls are right on the other side of this. I'm gonna crawl up to that rock and take a look real quick.
That part of the land it's really rock strewn. There's big boulders everywhere. Not much timber, but some bushes. I guess a fire had gone through there a year or two ago, so a lot of it was burnt out, but huge boulders. So you're peeking over rocks left and right. Finally found two of them, maybe 80, 100 yards away.
Okay, they're right there. You can barely see the tips of their antlers sticking out of them trees. We're gonna have to wait just a minute until they move, but let's go ahead and get set up somewhere where you're comfortable on this rock.
You get 80 yards from it, it's pretty intense, because it don't take nothing for them to see you or smell you or even hear you, and you're screwing around in the rocks trying to find a good rest and looking at them, and we don't have a shot on them at that point, so we got to sit there and wait. It just isn't like we can pull the gun up and shoot one, because all I could see was their horns and maybe some of their back and something. So you got to sit there and be so quiet, and it's intense. I mean, one wrong wind gust, or they look up, or they hear you, and they'll blow out of there, and they're gone.
Whenever he steps out, shoot him.
And the bull we wanted finally stepped out. He just put enough of his shoulder out there we could see him.
By the time he came out of the rocks, I think he sensed us. I don't know if he could see us, but he maybe smelled us, got a whiff, and he was looking right at me.
That's him.
Paul said, I got him.
All right, I got him.
Put him down then.
Got him. Got him. Jack another one in. He's down. Nice shot.
it's a huge accomplishment, and you know, this is beautiful land. I love being outside, love just going for hikes. You know, back home without a gun, I go hiking all the time, so doing it and you know, seeing these beautiful animals and play is really rewarding, especially after you do a 2 to 5 mile slog like we've been doing the last couple of days. And you get one, you take it, and you appreciate what they do, and they taste delicious afterwards.
Oh yeah. Look at this. Nice bull.
Oh yeah, beautiful, isn't it?
Congratulations.
He hammered him, he fell right in his track, so it's exciting when you don't have to blood trail nothing and they just drop right in front of you. And it had been a fairly long hunt, not real long, but we put on a lot of miles and worked hard for these elk, so it's rewarding when you get them, especially after you work that hard for them.
One shooter.
Yeah, that's the way we like it.
We had 3 days to hunt. Definitely could have shot one the first day. Nothing like, Austin's got a beautiful bull. He kicked all of our butts this weekend, but we kind of kept waiting for the right bull, and never really appeared until today. I'm really happy with the bull I got.